freaking cat in, man!
Look, the adorable Devourer beasts are gathering, and 3 amazing members are fighting together. Is Captain Marvel too good or bad? Let's watch it together. In the previous installment, Captain Marvel destroyed the Supreme Intelligence. She dismantled the Empire and saved the Kree people. General Dar-Benn carried the mission of restoring their homeworld. She searched for resources in the name of. She found a mysterious monument on an unknown planet. Dar-Benn destroyed it with her staff. She took out the quantum bracelet from inside. There were originally 2 of these bracelets. The other one was in the possession of the young Ms. Marvel. Kamala. The scene then shifts to Earth in New Jersey, USA. Kamala is at home drawing comics. She hopes to fight crime alongside her idol, Carol.
What's your name? Miss Marvel? Dude. Twinsy.
Suddenly, her wristband starts glowing. Kamala is pulled into a mysterious wormhole. Not long ago, Carol also fell into this wormhole. At that time, she was helping Nick Fury with a problem. Carol piloted a spaceship to the planet MB418. Nick sent SABER astronaut Monica to assist her. She is Carol's niece. They were very close decades ago. Carol didn't expect the little girl from back then to become an astronaut. Carol quickly arrived at the destination. This place is the planet where Dar-Benn found the bracelet. There is still a jammed jump point in the sky. Just as Carol approaches the airborne jump point, Monica also approaches an energy leak point. So they, along with Kamala, fall into the wormhole together. The 3 female leads experience quantum entanglement. Their bodies switch back and forth. Kamala even falls into space. Carol ends up running into the New Jersey girl's wardrobe. She immediately rushes out of the bedroom and returns to MB418. Suddenly, a group of Kree appears here. Carol immediately attacks, pressing them, asking what Dar-Benn is up to. The soldier says it's too late. The general has already arrived at Tanaxis to search for the scrolls. Carol throws him out with one hand. She hurriedly returns to her spaceship. Carol prepares to go to Tanaxis. Monica and Kamala also return to their original positions. At this moment, Carol discovers a Kree warship. She takes the Devourer beast inside to search. On the other side, the Skrulls and the Kree are still negotiating, because the civil war has polluted the air on Holla. Dar-Benn's people are in grave danger. She hopes the 2 races can set aside their hatred. They will rebuild the Empire together. Dar-Benn promises to protect the Skrulls. Carol encounters patrolling soldiers. Just as she is about to unleash her superpower attack, suddenly, she switches places with Kamala. Fortunately, the Devourer beast swallows the enemy in one bite. Just then, someone else pounces. Kamala activates her bracelet to counterattack. The next second, she falls back into her own living room. The Devourer beast spits out the Kree. In fact, from this storyline, we can see, as long as one of the 3 main characters uses their superpowers, it will result in their bodies switching. The 3 of them keep switching in Kamala's house, jumping between the Kree ship and the Sword ship. Carol soon realized the quid pro quo. She deliberately reduces her use of superpowers. Even without using her superpowers, she can still defeat these Kree, but just because she doesn't use her superpowers doesn't mean others won't. Monica is in Kamala's living room, attacking the Kree that the Devourer beast spat out. Kamala's family also helps. New Jersey becomes the stage for an extremely chaotic battle. During the battle, Monica realizes that superpowers cause the switch. She kills the Kree in the living room. Then she takes Nick to visit Kamala. Monica wants to investigate why using superpowers causes the switch. It is well known that Carol can absorb energy from light. Kamala can convert light into solid matter, while Monica can see and manipulate all wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum. All 3 have come into contact with unstable jump points. They are all sensitive to electromagnetic energy, which results in a brief entanglement of their timelines. Carol doesn't care about the switching issue. She immediately returns to Tanaxis, but the consequences of using superpowers, which causes Kamala to fall from mid-air. Monica immediately flies up to save her. She has never tried using her superpowers to fly before, so she is very inexperienced in this task. Monica tries several times before catching Kamala. Kamala immediately uses her superpowers, resulting in their bodies switching. Carol falls back to Earth again. Monica and the others arrive next to Dar-Benn. They immediately notice the bracelet in front of them. Kamala rolls up her sleeve to cover the bracelet. Dar-Benn thinks they are allies of Captain Marvel. She is about to kill the protagonist. Just then, Carol enters the spaceship. She warns Kamala not to act yet. Carol rushes towards Dar-Benn. Little did they know, the bracelet can absorb her energy. In a dire situation, the 3 main characters fight together. They fight and switch bodies at the same time. Dar-Benn sees this and immediately flees. Carol lands with Kamala, who cannot fly. They stand among the chaotic scrolls. Dar-Benn says, "We came in good faith to seek peace with the scrolls, but you turned around and asked Carol to deal with the Kree. I'm terminating the cooperation agreement now." Dar-Benn opens a jump point to absorb the atmosphere. She retreats with the Kree. Now Tarnax is facing destruction. The scrolls must evacuate too. Carol escorts the out-of-control spaceship away. Kamala uses a protective shield to block the collapsing buildings. But there are too many scrolls here. Carol can't save all of them. Kamala doesn't want to give up on anyone, but the planet is on the verge of collapsing. Carol knows they have to abandon some people, the scrolls who didn't make it onto the spaceship, buried in ruins and sleeping forever. The atmosphere on the spaceship is extremely heavy. The scrolls are unhappy with Carol's intervention. He says that the peace treaty was going well, but now it's all ruined by Carol. Not only have they lost half of their people, they have also lost their last refuge. Upon hearing this, Carol contacts Valkyrie. She asks her to use the Rainbow Bridge to transport the scrolls to a new habitat. The story later continues in the spin-off series Secret Invasion. The scrolls are transported to Earth. I won't go into further details here. On the other side, Dar-Benn returns to her homeworld. She releases the air plundered from Tarnax. Dar-Benn allows her people to once again enjoy the right to breathe freely. She also incites the public to harbor hostile feelings towards Carol. She reminds everyone of the Destroyer's misdeeds. Carol had destroyed the Supreme Intelligence. While she liberated the Kree, she also triggered a civil war on the planet. Carol damaged the resources and environment of Holla. Now Dar-Benn promises her people, she will definitely rebuild the glory of Holla. But to save Holla, it's difficult to do it with just the power of a bracelet. The scene shifts back to Carol's side. She finally has time to chat with her niece. They haven't seen each other for decades. Monica is bothered by Carol being away from home for so long. She has never come back to see her family. Now the main characters can't stop swapping. They can only choose to form a team. First, Kamala steps forward to explain the origin of the bracelets. Her bracelet is a family heirloom left by her grandmother. Kamala's and Dar-Benn's bracelets are a pair. When Dar-Benn opens the first jump point, Kamala's bracelet starts to flicker continuously, pulling her into the three-way swapping situation. Dar-Benn's bracelet can create any jump point in the universe. If she combines the two bracelets, she can connect the entire galaxy. Now Dar-Benn is creating unstable jump points with her bracelet. The main characters must stop her from creating more jump points. When Kamala escapes, she sees a star map on the enemy ship, but she didn't see the details clearly. Fortunately, Carol has an interrogation device invented by the scrolls. Once worn on the head, it can read people's brain information. They all wear the device together. Carol recalls the details on the spaceship. She sees the coordinates of the Magellan Galaxy. She also discovers Dar-Benn's bracelet. It can not only absorb Carol's energy but also reflect it. Although they know that Dar-Benn is going to the Magellan Galaxy, they are not clear about her specific destination. Carol quickly thinks of a clue, because Dar-Benn drained the atmosphere of Tanaxis using jump points, so she must want to plunder resources from other planets. Apart from lacking an atmosphere, what Holla needs most is a water source. In the Magellan Galaxy, there is a planet surrounded by water called Aladna. Dar-Benn's target must be there. The three heroines immediately head to Aladna. On the way, they cultivate teamwork through games and exercises. Carol wants to adapt quickly to the situation of swapping back and forth. After several hours of practice, they master the ability. Now the spaceship has successfully arrived at Aladna. This planet is almost covered by oceans. Carol is very familiar with this place. The people here have a simple and honest nature. Residents only use singing to convey information. The atmosphere instantly changes from a Marvel movie to a Disney vibe. It turns out Carol is married to the local prince. They resolved a power struggle through marriage. A few minutes later, the prince appears. He wears a crown with large wings. Carol suddenly changes into a dress. She transforms from a captain to a Disney princess. They hold hands and dance together. Finally, they end the dance. Carol explains the situation to the prince. She asks the prince to prepare 3 sets of battle suits. A few minutes later, Dar-Benn's people arrive at the scene. The prince is responsible for holding them back. He tells Carol and the others to find an opportunity for a surprise attack. A big battle is about to begin. Monica takes the lead in attacking Dar-Benn. Then Carol appears to assist. Dar-Benn strikes and sends both of them flying with a single blow. Meanwhile, Kamala is being held back by the Kree. Dar-Benn takes the opportunity to climb to a higher position. She prepares to open a jump point to absorb water resources. Unexpectedly, Monica suddenly rushes in. The 2 female warriors engage in a fierce battle. Dar-Benn sees her enemy appear. She immediately launches a full-force attack on Carol, but then Monica interferes again. Just as they were preparing to attack, Dar-Benn catches sight of Kamala's bracelet. Kamala immediately uses her powers to transform her body. She summons the strongest combat power. Carol appears. But Dar-Benn's bracelet is not to be underestimated. She absorbs Carol's energy and throws a punch. Carol is sent flying several hundred meters. She crashes heavily into the palace wall. A huge energy fluctuation. It directly affects Nick's situation. He is also facing trouble at the moment. First, Camilla's parents come to take her away. Then a large number of unknown objects appear at the base. They appear to be eggs of some kind of animal. At this moment, the battle on Aladna is still escalating. Dar-Benn has already opened a jump point. She begins to extract the water resources of the planet. Monica and Camilla enter the aircraft for combat. They pass through a massive water column. The aircraft narrowly avoids being smashed into the seabed. Fortunately, Carol arrives in time. She quickly destroys the nearby aircraft with a few strikes. Carol takes control of the aircraft's cockpit. She increases the speed to the maximum. The aircraft rushes forward. The second wave of missiles is about to strike. Camilla immediately opens a jump point to retreat. They leave early to protect the bracelet. Aladna is likely to be drained. Carol feels very guilty. She tells her niece, "After I destroyed the AI that controlled the Kree, it triggered a chain reaction. The disappearance of the AI put the planet Holler in imminent danger. The sun of the planet Holler is shrinking. So strictly speaking, Captain Marvel destroyed Holler. That's why Carol didn't have the courage to go back home. She didn't want her niece to see her in her moment of failure." While dealing with emotional issues on this side, the strange eggs on Nick's side successfully hatched. A devourer emerged from one of the eggs. When the three protagonists arrived at the scene, they saw cats all over the base. The base equipment malfunctioned due to energy fluctuations. Nick wants the element-eating beast to eat the people who do the work, and then transport them to Earth, so that the devourer would spit the people out. This would also save space on the spacecraft. After the devourer swallowed the people, everyone put them on the spaceship and transported them to Earth. The protagonist team finally finished their mission with great difficulty. However, Monica unexpectedly discovered Dar-Benn wanted to steal the sun that shines on Earth. The Avengers set out once again. They wanted to collect 2 bracelets and close the new jump point opened by Dar-Benn. At this time, the sunlight on Earth is gradually weakening. Carol quickly arrived at the Kree warship. She deliberately spoke to attract Dar-Benn's attention. Camilla took the opportunity to sneak attack from behind. She knocked off Dar-Benn's hammer. Carol picked up the hammer and stood beside her teammates. The 3 warriors cooperated seamlessly in their attack. However, even this couldn't defeat Dar-Benn. You must know that Captain Marvel is not an ordinary strong man. She even came close to killing Thanos. Now, even with the Avengers 3 vs 1 advantage, they couldn't defeat Dar-Benn. Dar-Benn's bracelet abilities were incredibly powerful. This segment of the 4-person melee was very exciting. The movie showcased the charm of Captain Marvel's team's combat. Their coordination was impeccable. Dar-Benn was knocked down by the hammer and lay on the ground. The protagonist team didn't want to rush to kill. They only intended to take the bracelets. Monica suggested that Carol's power could ignite the sun's core on Holler. She could make up for her past mistakes. Dar-Benn pretended to agree to cooperate, and then suddenly took Camilla hostage. She took the bracelets and put them on. Carol rushed and knocked Dar-Benn out of the spaceship. However, the power of the 2 bracelets was too overwhelming. The intense energy destroyed Dar-Benn. Carol brought back the 2 bracelets. Their swapping relationship is now dissolved, but a massive energy fluctuation ripped a hole in the universe. At the other end of the rift are other parallel universes. They must repair this rift. Monica instructed Carol and herself to fire equal energy towards her. She absorbs energy on the inside of the gap, and then released it to close the rift. The plan went very smoothly. However, in order to fix this rift, Monica had to stay in another universe. At the moment the rift closed, Monica disappeared into the vastness of space. Shortly after, Carol went to Holler to fulfill her promise. She ignited the dying sun. Carol helped Holler rejuvenate. At the end of the movie, Camilla found Kate from Hawkeye. She invited Kate to join the Young Avengers. This is a storyline that Marvel has been setting up. Monica woke up in a parallel universe. She saw her deceased mother, but this woman wasn't Monica's mother. Monica entered the universe of the X-Men. And the story ends here. The box office and ratings for this sequel were not satisfactory, although the performances of the female actors were fine, but the story was very simple. If Monica had ignited the sun from the beginning, Dar-Benn wouldn't have sought revenge. The recurring aspect of this movie was the appearance of the Young Avengers and the X-Men. Since the end of Avengers Endgame, Marvel has been searching for a new direction, hoping that it can find a successful approach.